inside of a control system like this, we are very naive to think that the books would not also be controlled. So, what I'm meaning to say here is that in order to get himself published, Kryon has to weave his way around this control system such that things that he says aren't necessarily all correct in order to specifically fool the reptilian systems in place. He actually said this in the channeling I just watched, and he was saying something about people asking him, "Kryon, why did you say this wrong?" The reason that I'm given, I had been told lots of things that were totally wrong. And I would say to the Ashtar Command, "Why'd you tell me that wrong? You what?" And finally, when I was in prison, they said, "Are you glad that you got told this all wrong? Or this would have happened to you before this had we not done that?" Because of the way starseeds are monitored in this fashion. So, in the last communication that I listened to at 111, which is very Kryon-y. He loves magnets and he loves numbers. But he was talking about, creating peace on Earth. And so he noted that as true as these things are that are happening to us, I mean, yes, it is true that there are people out trying to murder me. Yes, it is true that there are people trying to create little puppets or whatever things, whatever it's called in Satanism, I don't even know. But is that where I place my focus? Is that where I place my attention? I had already figured that out, but when you have Kryon pointed out to you, it's always a nice push in the right direction. Now, what exactly is Kryon? This is the other thing with Kryon. He has to be very, very, very careful about what he is. People who have sensed angelic, you're on the right track. Even with me, he has to almost wipe my memory of what he is and what he isn't, what he is, what he isn't, or give information, then give wrong information, give right information, then give wrong information, to literally protect me from the different forces that are of the dark side. And what I can say is it is through a lot of his science that I'm able to figure out what I can figure out, which is pretty cool. And for those of you who like Kryon, pay very careful attention to the books and notice that things you might think of as typos or just anything you might notice, they're not necessarily typos, and things that you see in certain places on certain page numbers, maybe things along those lines. Now, certain things are placed along satanic numerology in the Kryon series, or upon, say, you're getting like me, you're getting triangular-shaped cursed rubies thrown at you out of nowhere. Carbon monoxide blown at your vent, and your Kryon book 12 with the Merkaba on it, all of a sudden, the activation symbol, all of a sudden, it has turned into the diamond-shaped reptilian prison system to make people think that Kryon is part of the dark side and everything. You have to remember that these are just tactics to scare you, just things to keep you from maintaining that light that is within. It is those people like us who were misfits. I'm talking to the Indigos right now. Almost all the Indigos. We grew up and we had to pave the way for the teenagers who now think they know everything because they've got such superpowers and everything right now. And it's fun to watch and we understand it and everything. But for all of you Indigos, for all the Indigos, I love the color of Kryon's book 12. It will help a lot of you. The way he talks about DNA, a lot of the secret is inside of our DNA. And that was how I was able to keep myself alive. I refused to take any medications. They were giving me different bacterial infections, and I refused to take antibiotics. And these were deadly infections, and I would somehow spontaneously heal from them within 1 day or less. And I would have no idea really how I was doing it, except that I was sitting there thinking of light in the area and chanting and doing lots of weird things, the things that would be considered weird, but apparently, according to Kryon, as he would keep telling me, no, they're not weird, do it and you'll live. And so, anyone who is a warrior of the light know that Kryon is there with you, wanting you to win. He is very much on the side of what you would call humanity. I read in book 12, I am Kryon, lover of humanity. He really emphasizes what I notice, being human. In the last channeling, he was saying to the ET people, I've triumphed the ET cause. All of you have extraterrestrial DNA. Apparently, this I wouldn't say this had it not been someone from a popular YouTube channel that said it, but apparently in one of their channelings, I have 6% Arcturian DNA and was harmless, according to the channeler at the time. So let's just see how harmless she is, really, huh? Now, how the heck that could be possible? Don't ask me. I don't even know. How I could have some sort of other DNA. I just know that there is something going on to which my body is changing and adapting to exist in what we would call this new earth, this new age. So, if you are going through this change, again, tell your own story, make your own story. Don't let someone else do it for you or make it for you or tell you what to do. You might like what's happening to me. It was written in Revelation that parents and children would end up fighting against each other. Because the children are now being born with that knowledge, I'm in a little bit of a better position because I'm an adult, even though I was raised in a satanic programming type of environment, which is designed to keep the starseed child dependent on the parent from the older generation, which does not have the knowledge, to prevent the child from teaching the parent how to adapt into this new world, this new environment. For the kids right now, you guys are the ones with the power. That is true, definitely. You guys are the ones with the power. You guys are the ones being born daily with advanced DNA, with more than 2 strands and all kinds of things going on. You guys are, as I used to hear at your age, to give the phrase that I used to think I'd never say. At your age, I'd hear the same thing. You're the future. You're the future, and I would think, okay, I guess. And then apparently I stopped World War III. So you never know. um. So what should we talk about now? So we've talked about what we've talked about. We've talked about Kryon. Now, I guess I'll say about what Kryon is he is of an angelic kind of energy, what we'd call angelic type of energy, that has very, very, very intelligently infiltrated the systems to get his message across no matter what. And because of the way in which reptilians think, I remember I said that, if you're thinking the wrong thing, they'll leave you alone. Well, with certain things that Kryon puts out, it'll be totally wrong for whatever they're doing at the time. So they'll think, oh, whatever, fine, and let it go. But what the correct information, that's enough for us to discern things correctly. Now, this is the other funny thing. Kryon is so advanced that sometimes you'll read something from him and it will be incorrect. Then, at a different point in what we perceive as time, you'll read it again, and it will be right. And then the same thing might happen over again, where it's wrong, and then it's right. Like, basically the universe talking to you. He can see probabilities in such a way that we can't really imagine how to really go about that the same kind of way. We're in the process of just opening the door to figure out how it's even possible. So, like, that was something that I had to figure out while I was imprisoned. I would actually walk around with the Kryon books, the two that I had. I would walk around with them almost like they were the Bible, along with the Bible. The energy is very similar. And so those of you that have had to go about fighting with the dark, Kryon is your ally. With being a light in the darkness, Kryon is someone to watch, and then he'll tell you if you're not sure who to listen to, keep your eyes on Jesus. And I won't really say anything else about that, but he would definitely be one to be saying that. Now, what can I talk about regarding... Well... Alright, seems like people are wondering, just what exactly is going on with me right now. Well, after you've activated to a certain extent, you don't really have... Well, right now I'm waiting for one of my videos to upload. Anybody who has money, anybody who would be able to help contribute, most of the things that I have are things that I had gotten for free in San Francisco, found on the side of the road, things like that. Right now, I've been disowned by my family, and served, a restraining order. This is because I went to my house with my room with all my stuff in it to say I want it back, and I yelled, and so they called the police, and a SWAT team showed up, because we can't handle the psychic kid. What? Okay. So I end up, having to play reptilian, reverse backwards, um, chit chat, knock on wood, with them, which will be funny to people who have been immersed in that kind of thing, and find my way out of the situation. So I've had to deal with that. Now seems like lost pretty much any financial support from my parents, and am having to work off a Social Security type income, the lowest form of it, and so that's part of the government's plan, which is to get all of us on that income so that they can control us financially. Now, we have to fight back. Also, with me being on SSI for Lyme disease, when I die, now, the way things are set up with the government now, if you're an SSI, all of your inheritance goes straight back to the government. So if you're an SSI or any SSDI, anything like that, and you think that you're gonna bequeath whatever to your family, no, the law changed. And I actually know that from my mother, who participated in all of this, trying to kill me so that, and she had specifically put all my stuff in other people's names of my family so that she could get it back from me, because of this. So, but she didn't expect me to still be alive, huh? So because of this, what I am needing are any of you, please email me. Email address is professorandromeda@gmail.com, or I'm gonna make a video about this one. This is gonna scare the crap out of a bunch of people. One email address that I always use, ibogahealing@gmail.com, but I've had that hacked a whole lot. So, professorandromeda@gmail.com, or that maybe arcturianphilosophy@gmail.com. But I am Professor Andromeda a lot of the time. Try either one, arcturianphilosophy@gmail.com, or professorandromeda@gmail.com. Basically, everybody that I've had to talk to, except for one, has had some reptilians give them some trouble. So, if you've made it this far, I'd like you to get in touch with me, because I know that I can manifest that wealth, that abundance from the universe. And I know that I'll end up in the right place at the right time with the right resources to change the world in the right way. So, with that, I'll conclude this little video. I hope that you've had some amount of inner awakening. I'm going to meditate about how to structure my videos, because I sense that, people feel a little bit of intrigue watching me talk, but at the same time, I know a lot of things that can be changed. I'm one of those people that is kind of like, I could care less what I'm wearing. I could care less if I did my hair. I could care less if I put on makeup. Who cares about that? I'm a queen. Dude, they can do, the people watching this, they can just deal with it. But as in the life with Friedrich, he was very tangential, you could call it, because spirochetes, the infection that we both have, um, tends to do that. So I might do what you've seen lots of teachers do, which is put up cue cards, something like that. But I'm going to actually tell you that I'm doing that simply as something to help my cognitive processes, because Lyme disease is something that does that to the brain when you had it at a young age like me and it wasn't caught. But now everything is restructuring. All of you starseeds out there, remember that yes, things have changed, but we're changing with it. And we are going to make this world a beautiful, peaceful, amazing planet. And I'm going to see you there. On YouTube, too. Alright, bye.